Welcome to a fascinating journey through time and space. Get ready to uncover one of the greatest mysteries in human history. Easter Island, a remote piece of land in the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, has intrigued explorers, scientists, and curious minds for centuries. But now, at last, the truth is beginning to emerge from the shadows of the past. Imagine a remote island, thousands of kilometers from any continent, where massive stone statues, called moai, silently watch the horizon. These enigmatic figures, with their piercing gazes and solemn expressions, hold secrets that we are only now beginning to understand. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, as known by its native inhabitants, is one of the most isolated places on Earth. Covering just 63 square miles, this small triangular island holds a history as vast as the ocean surrounding it. For a long time, it was believed to be a cautionary tale about the dangers of overexploiting natural resources. But does this narrative tell the whole truth? Recent archaeological discoveries and advanced scientific studies are rewriting the story of Easter Island. Scientists now believe that the reality is far more complex and surprising than we ever imagined. Let's go back in time to when the first Polynesians arrived at this isolated island around 1000 AD. They found a land covered by a dense subtropical forest, inhabited by various bird species, some of which existed nowhere else in the world. The island was a green paradise, filled with resources that seemed inexhaustible. But what happened in the following centuries? How did this lush island turn into the barren, mysterious landscape we see today? The answer, my friends, is as surprising as the island itself. Contrary to popular belief, scientists now think the inhabitants of Easter Island were not responsible for the destruction of their own habitat. In fact, they were skilled environmental engineers who developed sophisticated techniques to preserve and enhance soil fertility in the face of significant climate challenges. Pollen analysis and other organic remains have revealed that the island experienced severe droughts that coincided with the El Niño climate phenomenon. These natural events, rather than unchecked human activity, were the main culprits behind the island's vegetation decline. But how do we explain the disappearance of the giant trees that once dominated the landscape? Here's a surprising twist. Polynesian rats, which arrived with the first settlers, played a crucial role in this process. These small rodents fed on the palm seeds, preventing new trees from growing to replace the old ones. And what about the famous moai? These colossal statues, some over 30 feet tall and weighing up to 80 tons, have always been a mystery. How did a primitive society manage to carve, transport, and erect these monumental structures? The answer is even more impressive than the statues themselves. The inhabitants of Easter Island developed an ingenious system of ropes and levers that allowed them to walk the statues. Yes, you heard that right. They literally made the statues walk to their final destinations. This engineering feat not only demonstrates the incredible skill and knowledge of the ancient Rapa Nui, but also forces us to reconsider our assumptions about ancient societies. They were not primitive, they were innovative and ingenious, capable of achieving feats that still amaze us today. But the story of Easter Island is not just about statues and trees. It's a story of human resilience and adaptation. When resources began to dwindle, the island's inhabitants did not collapse as previously believed. Instead, they adapted. They developed innovative agricultural techniques, such as the stone gardens known as *Manavai*. These circular stone structures protected plants from wind and soil erosion, allowing agriculture to continue even in adverse conditions. They also created a unique form of coastal farming, using rocks to create microclimates that helped plants thrive in a challenging environment. At its peak, Easter Island's population is estimated to have been around 15,000 people, an impressive number for such a small and isolated island. But the most surprising thing is how they managed to sustain such a large population with limited resources for so long. The answer lies in their remarkable ability to adapt and innovate. The Rapa Nui were not only talented sculptors and skilled engineers, they were also exceptional farmers and resource managers. But what led to the decline of this extraordinary civilization? The answer is as tragic as it is predictable: contact with the outside world. The arrival of Europeans in the 18th century brought diseases for which the islanders had no immunity. Additionally, many natives were captured and enslaved, further devastating the population. However, even in the face of these adversities, the Rapa Nui culture survived. Today, Around 7,750 people live on Easter Island, many of them direct descendants of the ancient Moai builders. They keep their unique traditions alive, including the Rongorongo script, an undeciphered writing system that may hold additional secrets about the island's history. But the mysteries of Easter Island are far from fully solved. For example, why were the Moai built in the first place? The most accepted theory is that they represented important ancestors, serving as a link between the world of the living and the spiritual world. But some scientists suggest they may have also been astronomical markers or even a primitive navigation system. And what about the mysterious stone platforms called ***, on which many Moai were erected? Recent excavations have revealed that these structures were much more than just bases for the statues. They were actually elaborate tombs containing the remains of important leaders and ancestors. Another fascinating discovery is that the Moai originally had eyes. Yes, you heard that right. Eyes made of white coral and black obsidian were inserted into the statue sockets, giving them an even more imposing and mysterious appearance. Imagine dozens of these giant figures staring at you with their shining eyes. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of Rapa Nui culture is the Birdman cult. This unique tradition involved an annual competition where participants had to climb a steep cliff, swim through shark-infested waters to a nearby islet, find the first egg of a specific seabird, and return with it intact. The winner gained special status and privileges for a year. This fascinating ritual gives us a glimpse into the complexity of Rapa Nui society and how it evolved over time. Far from being a static culture that collapsed due to its own greed, as was once believed, Easter Island's civilization was dynamic, adaptable, and deeply connected to its environment. And what about the famous environmental collapse theory? Well, scientists now believe that this narrative is an oversimplification of a much more complex story. In fact, the inhabitants of Easter Island may have been one of the world's first truly sustainable societies. Archaeological evidence suggests that they practiced a form of agriculture we would now call permaculture. They used volcanic stones to create a type of ground cover that helped retain moisture and nutrients. This technique, combined with crop rotation and the smart use of available resources, allowed them to sustain a considerable population in a challenging environment. But the most surprising aspect of Easter Island's history might be what it teaches us about our own society. In many ways, the Rapa Nui faced challenges similar to those we face today: climate change, limited resources, the need for constant innovation. The way they dealt with these challenges with creativity, adaptability, and a deep respect for their environment offers valuable lessons for the modern world. Perhaps, instead of seeing Easter Island as a cautionary tale, we should see it as an example of human resilience and ingenuity. As new technologies and research methods continue to reveal more secrets of Easter Island, one thing is certain: this small island in the middle of the Pacific still has much to teach us. About our history, about our relationship with the environment, and perhaps most importantly, about ourselves. The truth about Easter Island is that it's not just a puzzle from the past, but a mirror for our present and a guide for our future. It challenges us to question our assumptions, seek innovative solutions, and consider our relationship with the natural world in a new and deeper way. And so, as the Moai continue their silent watch, gazing at the horizon with their stone eyes, we to continue our quest for knowledge, unraveling the mysteries of the past to illuminate the path to the future. The story of Easter Island is a powerful reminder that there is always more to learn, more to discover. And who knows what other secrets this enigmatic island still holds. If you were fascinated by this journey through time and space, if the surprising revelations about Easter Island sparked your curiosity, then don't miss the upcoming episodes of this incredible series. Subscribe now to our channel to keep exploring the world's mysteries, uncovering ancient secrets, and discovering surprising truths about our history and our planet. The adventure continues, and you won't want to miss a single moment. Click the subscribe button now and join us on this exciting journey of discovery.